In a shocking turn of events, a mother's sudden disappearance in 1997 leaves her children with a trail of unanswered questions, a mysterious advertisement from 1994, and a decades-long search for the truth that leads to a stunning revelation. In a world where family is everything, one mother's disappearance would leave her children with a lifetime of questions. What happened to Miriam, and why did she vanish without a word? Was it a choice, or was she taken away? What secrets was Miriam hiding, and how would they impact her family's life forever? Miriam was a devoted mother and teacher, living a life filled with love and purpose. But beneath the surface, a complex web of secrets and lies was waiting to unravel. What was Miriam's life really like, and what drove her to make the choices she did? Was Miriam's perfect facade hiding a darker truth, and if so, what would happen when it was exposed? In June 1997, Miriam made a shocking decision that would change her family's life forever. She sold her house, resigned from her job, and left for London, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. What was Miriam running from, and where was she running to? Would Miriam's children ever see her again, or was this goodbye forever? As the days turned into weeks, Miriam's children, Shiley and her brother, grew desperate to find their mother. But every door they knocked on led to a dead end, and every phone call went unanswered. What were they doing wrong, and how could they find their mother? Were Miriam's children searching for a ghost, or was their mother still out there, waiting to be found? The police were informed, but they seemed skeptical, even dismissive. "She's probably just taking a break," they said. But Shiley knew her mother would never abandon her without a word. What were the police missing, and how could they be so wrong? Was the police's lack of urgency a sign of something more sinister, or were they just overwhelmed with cases? Just when all hope seemed lost, a detective named James offered to help Shiley find her mother. With his expertise and determination, the search for Miriam was about to take a dramatic turn. What would James uncover, and would it lead him to Miriam? Would James be the hero who finally found Miriam, or would he succumb to the same obstacles that had thwarted the police? As James dug deeper, he discovered a shocking truth: Miriam had changed her name and identity. But why would she do such a thing, and what was she hiding from? Was Miriam in witness protection, or was she running from something more sinister? Had Miriam's new identity been a desperate attempt to escape her past, or was it a clever ruse to deceive her loved ones? The police, once skeptical, were now taking the case seriously. They reopened the investigation, and new leads began to emerge. But the more they learned, the more questions they had. What had really happened to Miriam, and who was behind her disappearance? Were the police finally on the right track, or were they still chasing shadows? Shiley, determined to find her mother, turned to a crime portal, sharing her story with the world. The response was overwhelming, with tips and leads pouring in from all over. But which ones were credible, and which ones were just wild goose chases? Would the crime portal be the key to unlocking the mystery of Miriam's disappearance, or would it lead to a dead end? The public was captivated by Miriam's story, and outrage grew over the police's initial handling of the case. But as the investigation continued, a new suspect emerged, with a dark and sinister past. What was his connection to Miriam, and had he played a role in her disappearance? Was the suspect a monster, or was he just a scapegoat for a larger conspiracy? Meet the man who would change everything, a charming, calculating individual with a history of manipulating women. Had he met Miriam, and if so, what had happened to her? Was he a killer, or just a con artist? Would the suspect's charm be his downfall, or would he talk his way out of trouble? A cryptic advertisement from 1994 seemed to hold the key to Miriam's disappearance. But what did it mean, and who had placed the ad? Was it a message from Miriam herself, or a clever trap set by her abductor? Was the advertisement a red herring, or a crucial clue to unlocking the mystery? As the investigation deepened, the police uncovered a web of deceit and betrayal. But the more they learned, the more they realized that nothing was as it seemed. What was real, and what was just a fabrication? Were the police getting closer to the truth, or were they just digging themselves deeper into a hole? The suspect denied any wrongdoing, but the police were not convinced. They knew that the truth was out there, waiting to be uncovered. But how could they prove it, and what would it take to crack the suspect's alibi? Would the suspect's denial be his downfall, or would he convince the police of his innocence? Shiley, fueled by determination and love, refused to give up the search for her mother. She would stop at nothing to uncover the truth, no matter how painful it might be. But what would she find, and would she be prepared for the consequences? Would Shiley's determination be enough to find her mother, or would it lead her down a dangerous path? Despite the progress, the mystery of Miriam's disappearance remained. The police had uncovered some secrets, but the truth was still elusive, hiding in the shadows. What was the key to unlocking the mystery, and would it ever be found? Was the truth about Miriam's disappearance forever lost, or would it one day be revealed? In a last-ditch effort to find Miriam, the police announced a reward for information leading to her whereabouts. But would it be enough to crack the case, or would it just attract false leads and attention seekers? Would the reward be the catalyst for a breakthrough, or would it just lead to more dead ends? The search for Miriam continued, with new leads and new hope. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, the question remained, would they ever find her, or was it too late? Was Miriam still alive, or had she been silenced forever? Would the search for Miriam ever end, or would it become a never-ending quest for the truth? The truth, when it finally emerged, was both shocking and heartbreaking. Miriam's disappearance was not what it seemed, and the secrets she had kept would change everything. But what would happen next, and how would her family cope with the revelation? Would the truth bring closure, or would it just lead to more questions and uncertainty? In the end, the search for Miriam was a journey of discovery, not just about a missing person, but about the complexities of the human heart. The truth, though painful, brought closure, and a new beginning for those left behind. But as the dust settles, one question remains: what really happened to Miriam, and will we ever know the whole truth? Would the mystery of Miriam's disappearance ever be fully solved, or would it remain a haunting enigma, forever shrouded in mystery?